Ben Emison has participated in just about every aspect of the cutting horse industry, from training and showing to selling horses, insuring them, and producing shows. Ben has been a tremendous asset to the industry.
I was raised in Arkansas, farming country, and of course I always wanted to be a cowboy from watching Roy Rogers on movies and listening to him on the radio and whatever. But grew up a farmer, cotton farmer, but always wanted to be a cowboy. And so I went through this little school. Didn't do very good in school, but I managed to get out of high school. And then I wanted to cowboy, and so I went to Ozark Mountains and cowboyed some. I went to Fort Pierce, South Dakota and cowboyed for a couple of years. I Texas cowboyed some, and I cowboyed a lot in Mississippi. So I've had my go-round on cowboying, and but I didn't get tuned into the cutting horse business till about 1957.
While attending the Little Rock Stock Show, Ben wandered upon a cutting and saw John Carter showing Calamity Jane. He was absolutely mesmerized, and from that moment on, knew exactly what he wanted to do. He soon went to work for Edwin Johnson.
And he had a horse operation, trading horses, and he was a protege of Buster's, to tell you the truth. He'd been to one of his schools, and he was a darn good hand on a cutting horse. And I kind of got to do what I've always wanted to do there, and that's learn to train cutting horses and show.
In the mid-1960s, Ben became a head trainer and barn manager for Dr. Lamar Thaggart. One of his duties was buying and selling horses for the ranch, and that's when Ben started opening his eyes to other possibilities in the horse industry.
And then you'd have to buy these horses, and you may sell them in 2 or 3 months, you might sell them in 2 or 3 years. So I decided pretty much that maybe getting a little bit of commission on everything would be better than waiting to get a lot on one horse. So I decided to put cuttings on and have a sale.
Ben modeled his sale after the NCHA 2-year-old sale, which was the only thing like it at the time.
And it worked out because I met Helen Groves. She come to my sale.
Helen eventually asked Ben to put on a sale for her, and that put Ben in the spotlight. It changed everything.
And of course I was trying to train horses too. The sale business was badly interfering with my training. So I had to kind of work that out, and finally I had to just give up the training horses. I got so busy with the sales.
Ben knew that in order to make it in the sale business, he needed guidance, and that's exactly what he found.
I had a real good mentor in Ike Hamilton in the sale business. There was nothing like him. I mean, he was a great man, and everybody was in the horse business knew who he was, cow business too. And went to his auction school, and it was just great getting to know that guy. He was wonderful, like a daddy to me.
Ben was successful as a trainer and showman, so backing off what he loved had been a tough decision.
And when I moved to Texas in '93, I just didn't have time to do much training. But it will cool your mind off to go ride horses and train a little bit, and then go back to the office and try to get done the sale business you need to get done with.
The sale business grew for Ben, even through the ups and downs the industry experienced due to the economy. And he credits much of that success to the excellent help he surrounded himself with.
Also, people trusting you with their horse and their money. And I've never had a situation where there was anyone that didn't trust me. I always made them feel great when they left there, as best as I could. Their horse might not always bring as much as they wanted, but they knew I had worked, give them 100% effort on everything that I did. And I kept top hand help, just like you mentioned earlier.
Ben wasn't busy with just his sale company. With partner Bobby Pigeon and others, he produced several aged events associated with charities from 1989 to 2000.
Is the air work off at that time, which is called the Eastern Nationals now, was just dead in the water in Mississippi. It was being held in Mississippi, but it was nothing to it. So we finally took it over with the help of some people. That's where good people come in. And we built that thing back up to where it was 800-900 entries coming into it. And then we kind of give it up, and NCHA took it over completely, and it's still doing good.
Along with Dr. Thagard and others, Ben organized the Southern Fraternity and was on the board for the Augusta Fraternity for the very first meeting. And as their Steamboat Springs cutting came to an end in 2000, a change would also take place with the sale company.
In 2000, well, we decided to form a partnership, and that's when Bloodstock took place. And it was great. It's been good for everybody. It's been good for NCHA, good for the people that's selling horses, buying horses. It's just been a wonderful thing.
Western Bloodstock became a huge success, and along with his partners Milt Bradford and Jim Ware, they built it into one of the largest sale companies in the country. And if that wasn't enough, 2 years prior to the formation of Bloodstock, Ben had decided to take on yet another venture.
And I had a real good friend that was in the livestock insurance in San Antonio. And he approached me about buying his book of business. So, but Joanne does most of that. I mean, I just kind of fill in the blanks every now and then. And I've done got too old to train horses anymore because it hurts when I get up there, but I'm still involved. And the insurance business has let me stay involved. So it keeps me busy in my older years here. But I love the people in this business.
One of the many redeeming qualities of Ben Emison is his trust in people and his belief in the good character of those in the horse industry.
I've never really cared too much about contracts, except when we get in the insurance business, you have to, but a handshake has always been good with me, you know, and I don't think I've ever had over half a dozen to go south on a handshake in my lifetime, and I don't regret that. It was circumstances that beyond their control, and so I've never had any problems with it. I think most of the people in our industry here are people that you can shake hands with and go to the bank with it.
Ben has had a great life with the horses, but there are a few things outside the industry many may not know about. Ben has been involved with music since an early age, and yes, that's Elvis Emison on the left. And he's also been writing novels for years.
I love to write. It's not my first book. I had another one a few years ago. Got some Western books. I started books back in the 90s. This is a book that I have spent probably 10 months writing. It's a CIA type book, and I think it's a pretty good read. I hope people enjoy it anyway.
It's been a well-rounded, well-lived life for sure.
I just tell you, I wouldn't trade my life for anything that I've been through. Maybe a few exceptions, but not many. It's been a great ride.
Ben has certainly been around the block a time or two in the cutting industry. He's been a trainer and showman, a show producer, and he's run many of the most successful horse sales our industry has ever seen. He's been a director for 30 years, has served on the executive committee for 9 years, and has been an outstanding ambassador for the sport, introducing it to many new people. Everything he has done has been geared towards the betterment of the NCHA, and he's thrilled to be going into the Hall of Fame.
It's exciting to know that those people nominated me, went to the trouble to do that and do the research to be able to present my name to this committee, and that's what they had to do, obviously. And I'm excited about it. And the other thing, I guess it's a good year because it hadn't been 2 months that the Mississippi Quarter Horse Association did the same thing for me. Put me in the Hall of Fame in the Mississippi Quarter Horse Association in Jackson, Mississippi at the Dixon National Show. So I guess that's all I'm gonna get, but I'm proud of both of them.